If you're over 60, what you do in the first 60 minutes of your morning could either protect your heart and brain, or silently raise your risk of a stroke without you even realizing it. My name is Dr. Richard. I'm 60 years old and have spent over 3 decades caring for thousands of older adults. And there's one thing I've learned. Strokes don't just come from high blood pressure or genetics. They come from small habits, repeated every single morning. One innocent cup of coffee, one forgotten glass of water, one mistimed pill. Each one can quietly push your body toward the edge, until one day, everything changes. In this video, I'll share 10 seemingly normal morning habits that can be dangerous and the small changes you can make starting tomorrow to protect yourself and your loved ones. Because every morning should be the beginning of life, not a hidden risk. 1. Skipping water right after waking up. The silent but dangerous mistake. Let me tell you about Harold, a retired teacher, 74 years old. He came into my office complaining of fatigue, lightheadedness in the mornings, and occasional chest tightness. I asked, "Do you drink anything first thing in the morning?" He smiled and said, "Usually I wait until after breakfast for a bit of coffee. I don't feel thirsty when I wake up." I nodded gently and replied, "It's the fact that you don't feel thirsty that's the problem. After 7 to 8 hours of sleep, our bodies enter a mild state of dehydration. You may not feel it. No dry mouth, no signals, but inside, your blood thickens, your vessels tighten, your brain gets less oxygen, and your heart has to work harder to push blood upward. The scariest part, it all happens silently. No pain, no warning. But your stroke risk quietly climbs with each passing day. After 60, our thirst signals become weaker. But that doesn't mean we need less water. In fact, we need it more than ever. I always tell my patients the first thing you do when you wake up. Drink 1 full glass of room temperature water. No ice, no lemon, no honey, just clean, plain water, and you've already oiled the engine for the day. It thins the blood, improves circulation, softens vessels, and delivers oxygen to the brain. Many of my patients notice fewer headaches, more energy, and better blood pressure simply from this one habit. Sometimes it's not about doing something wrong, it's about forgetting what's right. Like water. So tomorrow morning before your coffee or breakfast, drink your water first. Just 1 glass, but it could protect your heart, brain, and long-term health. 2. Drinking boxed fruit juice seems healthy, but it's harmful. Remember Margaret, 69 years old, living alone, a loving grandma who tried hard to eat healthy. She told me, "Doctor, I don't drink soda or coffee. Every morning I have a glass of pure orange juice, says 100% juice right on the label." I asked, "Do you eat anything with it?" She smiled confidently. "Nope, I drink it first thing, before breakfast to cleanse my system." And I understood, but I also felt a bit sad. Because boxed fruit juice, even labeled 100% juice, is often just a cleverly disguised sugar bomb. When fruits are juiced and stripped of fiber, all that's left is natural sugar, but it hits your bloodstream just as fast as soda, especially on an empty stomach. That sugar rush spikes your blood sugar and blood pressure, and for someone over 60, that's like flooring the gas pedal on an aging engine. I'm not saying fruit juice is pure evil, but how and when you drink it makes all the difference. Instead of boxed juice, I often recommend eat whole fruits. Keep the fiber. If blending, add chia seeds or oats to slow sugar absorption. And never drink boxed juice on an empty stomach. Have a light meal first. There are habits that seem smart, but quietly cause harm. And your morning juice, if chosen poorly, might just be the drop that tips the balance. So tomorrow, instead of pouring juice from a carton, try eating a fresh orange. Slowly, naturally, let your body be nourished the smarter way. 3. Drinking energy or sports. Drinks a hidden danger for aging hearts. You'll never forget Harold, 67, retired and proud of his morning walks, always trying to stay young. One day he came in saying, "Doc, I've been feeling heart palpitations and dizziness lately. but I drink sports drinks every morning to stay hydrated. I thought they were good for me. I looked at him and gently said, that drink might be the very problem. You see, many people over 60 believe energy or sports drinks help with hydration and alertness, but the truth is, they're designed for young, athletic bodies, and they're absolutely not meant for aging hearts. What's in them? Caffeine, often more than coffee. Sugar, sometimes equal to soda. Sodium raises blood pressure. Taurine and other stimulants speed up your heart, even disrupt rhythm. Younger bodies can handle it, but after 60, your cardiovascular system isn't as resilient. Each sip is a mini shock, constricting vessels, raising blood pressure, and forcing the heart to strain. This doesn't just cause jitters, it raises your risk of stroke and heart attack. I always advise, avoid energy and sports drinks completely, no matter how they're marketed. Need a boost? Try warm lemon water with a pinch of natural sea salt. Or better yet, get real rest, eat on time, move your body gently. That's true energy for older adults. Our bodies don't need gimmicks, they need respect and simplicity. So before you reach for that brightly colored hydration bottle in the fridge, stop, read the label, think of your heart, then put it back. Because not everything that claims to give energy is safe for us, especially after 60. For not drinking anything for 2 hours after waking up, a silent danger. Few people realize. I once asked a 74-year-old patient about her morning routine. What time do you usually get up? Around 6 a.m. And when do you have your first drink of water? Probably around 8, after I've watched the morning news and fed the dog. I nodded gently and said, that window, those 2 hours in the morning when you don't drink anything, is actually when your body is most vulnerable. You see, after 7 to 8 hours of sleep, our bodies fall into a mild state of dehydration. The blood becomes thicker, circulation slows, and if we go another 1 to 2 hours without hydrating, the lack of oxygen to the brain, heart, and vital tissues becomes even worse. This is especially dangerous for those who don't move around in the morning, sitting still, watching TV, scrolling their phones, or reading the news. The blood doesn't circulate, and your heart and brain are quietly starving for oxygen. It's the perfect setup for clot formation. And just because you don't feel thirsty, doesn't mean your body doesn't need water after age 60. Our thirst signals weaken, but our need for hydration increases, because our blood vessels aren't as flexible as they once were. That's why I always recommend this right after waking up. Drink 1 full glass of clean water, warm or room temperature, but never cold from the fridge if you tend to forget. Leave a bottle by your bedside or set a reminder on your phone. And don't wait until you're free to drink, because in the morning, every minute you delay puts more pressure on your heart and brain. This may seem like a small detail, but in my experience, it's the small things that cause the biggest problems. Not drinking anything during the first 2 hours of your day means your brain and heart are being silently strained, and by the time symptoms appear, it might be too late to turn things around. 5. Sweetened ready-to-drink iced coffee, the sweet trap for aging arteries. I once had a patient named Mr. Fred, 69 years old, lived alone, and loved his coffee. Each morning, he'd grab a bottle of pre-made vanilla mocha iced coffee from the fridge. It wakes me up, doc. No need to brew anything. And it tastes great too. I smiled and asked, do you ever read the label on the back of the bottle? He shook his head. That, right there, was the problem. These store-bought iced coffees, the kind labeled creamy or flavored, are often loaded with strokes, artificial creamers, and refined sugar. And after age 60, that combination is a recipe for vascular disaster. The additives constrict your blood vessels, especially in the heart and brain. They cause sudden spikes in blood pressure, forcing your heart to work harder to push blood through narrowed vessels. They also increase blood viscosity, making your blood stickier and more prone to clotting. A major risk for stroke. I saw it in Mr. Fred's test results. Thickening in the small vessels of his retina, morning blood pressure spikes, If he didn't change his coffee habit, it was only a matter of time. So what's the safer way? If you love iced coffee, make your own at home with unsweetened cold brew. Add almond milk or a pinch of cinnamon for flavor. Avoid any drink labeled sweetened, creamy, or flavored. It's often just liquid sugar with a coffee scent. Never drink coffee on an empty stomach. And always hydrate with water first. It might sound small, but after 3 decades as a doctor, I've learned this. It's the habits that seem harmless that we repeat every morning that quietly lead us toward a stroke. Love your coffee. Love it wisely, because sometimes one wrong sip becomes the tipping point. If you found this video helpful, please drop a like and subscribe button to support us. 6. Drinking strong tea or black coffee on an empty stomach. A common habit that quietly storms your system on Monday morning. I saw Mrs. Margaret, 67 years old, who came in complaining of dizziness and a racing heart after waking Doc. I always start my day with a strong cup of black tea. It wakes me up. I eat breakfast about an hour later. She smiled as she spoke. I've done it this way for decades and never had any issues. I gently explained to her what I'd like to explain to you now. After 60, your stomach is more sensitive and your cardiovascular system more reactive, especially after a long night's rest. Drinking coffee or strong tea on an empty stomach triggers a chain of problems. The caffeine and tannins constrict blood vessels, causing sharp rises in blood pressure. Especially dangerous when your body hasn't been warmed up by food. The stomach becomes irritated, producing excess acid, which can lead to reflux, inflammation, or even ulcers over time. The heart beats faster and harder, increasing risk for those with heart disease, arrhythmia, or high blood pressure. So what's the smarter habit? Eat something small first. A banana, a few whole grain crackers, or a spoonful of oatmeal is enough to buffer your stomach. If you drink coffee, choose lower caffeine options or dilute your cold brew. Switch from strong black tea to gentler ones like green tea or chamomile, and avoid steeping too long. I've seen many seniors end up in the ER because they woke up their heart the wrong way. Coffee or tea can be your morning friend, but only if it's timed right. So tomorrow morning, try this simple shift. Eat first, then sip. Your heart, your brain, and your stomach will thank you. 7. Drinking strong tea or black coffee on an empty stomach. A wake-up call that hurts the heart and brain. One morning, I called Mr. Paul, a 74-year-old patient who once had a minor stroke. He told me, "Doc, lately I've been waking up a bit dizzy. My heart races, but I think I'm fine. I just do what I always do, wake up and go straight for a strong cup of black coffee. I don't eat till later." I sighed, because that habit, it's one of the most common morning mistakes people over 60 make without realizing it. After a long night's sleep, your body is slightly dehydrated and your blood sugar is low. When you pour strong tea or black coffee into an empty stomach, several intense reactions happen inside you. Stomach acid surges, leading to heartburn, reflux, or even ulcers over time. Caffeine activates the sympathetic nervous system, causing rapid heartbeat and blood pressure spikes. A real danger if you're older or have pre-existing conditions. Brain blood vessels constrict, reducing oxygen flow and triggering dizziness, blurry vision, or loss of balance. What seems like a wake-up drink might quietly become a daily stressor to your brain and heart. What should you do instead? Never drink coffee or strong tea on an empty stomach. Even a small piece of toast or a few slices of fruit helps. Choose milder options: green tea, herbal tea, or diluted cold brew coffee. Skip the sugar and heavy cream, especially if you're prone to high blood pressure. As I often tell my patients, it's not the coffee or tea that's harmful, it's the timing that makes all the difference. After 60, our bodies need to be gently awakened, not jolted into action. And once you change this one habit, you may notice less heart fluttering, better mental clarity, a calmer digestive system, and most importantly, stronger protection for your heart and brain. 8. Taking heart or supplement pills without drinking enough water, a silent morning trap, I once asked Mrs. Linda, a 69-year-old managing high blood pressure and cholesterol. Do you drink water before taking your morning pills? She smiled. Not really. I usually just take my pills, then eat and drink a little bit after. Is that a problem? Yes, and not just one but several. After a night of sleep, your body is mildly dehydrated. Your blood is thicker, your blood vessels tighter, and your kidneys are parched. Taking pills, especially heart medications, diuretics or water-soluble vitamins without enough water, can silently cause irritation to your stomach lining, leading to nausea or inflammation, strain on your kidneys, especially from diuretics, higher concentration of the drug in your blood, amplifying its effects, possibly causing fatigue, dizziness, or heart palpitations. So even if you're taking the right medication, the way you take it might be silently causing harm. My advice after 6: always start your day with a full glass of room temperature water, 7 to 8 ounces. Wait at least 5 to 10 minutes before taking your meds. This gives your body time to prepare. And if you're on multiple medications, talk to your doctor about the best timing. Some pills are better taken separately. I once told a patient, your body is like a garden. Medicine is the fertilizer, but water is what keeps it alive. So next time you take a pill in the morning, remember, it deserves a full drink of water to do its job safely and to protect your heart, your kidneys, and even your brain for years to come. 9. Watching your drinks but ignoring cigarette smoke. A hidden stroke risk. A patient in his 70s once told me, "Doc, I quit smoking years ago, but my wife still smokes. Every morning she lights up with her coffee, but I don't smoke anymore, so I guess I'm fine, right?" I looked at him and gently said, "You may have quit the cigarettes, but your eyes, lungs and blood vessels are still breathing in the damage." Secondhand smoke, especially in the morning, is a quiet enemy, particularly dangerous after 60 when you've just woken up. Your body is already vulnerable. Your vessels are constricted, your blood is thicker, and your oxygen levels are lower from overnight. Just 10 minutes of breathing cigarette smoke on an empty stomach can increase carbon monoxide levels in your blood, reducing oxygen to the brain, damage the inner lining of blood vessels, raising your stroke and heart attack risk, disturb your sleep cycle and appetite, making you more tired, dehydrated, and less likely to drink or eat. Well, so what can you do? If you smoke, it's never too late to quit. Even at 70, quitting improves circulation and brain function. If someone in your household smokes, talk to them calmly and clearly. Their habit puts your life at risk too. Keep your morning space fresh and clean. Open windows. Use air purifiers. Avoid smoky rooms. I know quitting or changing family habits isn't easy, but remember, when one person smokes, the whole household breathes it in. After 60, your brain and heart deserve clean air with your morning water, not toxins with your coffee. Choose fresh air. Choose protection. Choose health for yourself and those you love. 10. Taking morning medications without eating or drinking. A small mistake with big consequences. I once had a patient named Mary, 75 years old, who came into my clinic complaining of dizziness, a racing heart, and feeling like she might faint every morning. She said, "I think it's just low blood pressure, doctor, but I never miss my medication. I take it every morning, on time." I asked gently, "When exactly do you take it?" "Right after I wake up. I keep my pills on the nightstand, so as soon as I open my eyes I take them." And right there, I understood the problem. This is a very common mistake among older adults, taking heart medications, blood pressure pills, or even vitamins on an empty stomach and without any water. After 7 to 8 hours of sleep, your body is mildly dehydrated, your blood is thicker, your organs are still waking up, and your stomach is empty. If you take strong medications at that moment, especially those that affect your heart or circulation, you're asking your kidneys, liver, and heart to work overtime without giving them the fuel they need to do it safely. Some medications can cause a sudden drop in blood pressure when taken on an empty stomach, leading to dizziness, lightheadedness, or fainting. High-dose multivitamins, if taken without food, may cause nausea, stomach irritation, poor absorption, and put unnecessary stress on the liver. Diuretics or heart rhythm medications, taken without enough water, can disturb your electrolyte balance, triggering irregular heartbeats or other complications. So what's the safer way? Start your morning with a full glass of water to rehydrate, thin your blood, and prepare your body to absorb medication effectively. Eat something light before your pills: a slice of whole grain bread, a few bites of fruit, or a little oatmeal. And always check with your doctor or pharmacist about when and how to take each medication. Some are meant to be taken with food, while others aren't. I always remind my older patients, yes, the medicine matters, but how you take it, when you take it, and whether you're hydrated and nourished matters just as much. Don't let a simple morning habit quietly increase your risk of stroke or heart problems, especially when prevention is so easy. Just a glass of water, a light snack, and a bit of the right knowledge can become a powerful shield for your heart and your brain every morning. If you found this video helpful, please drop a like and subscribe button to support us. Conclusion: a new morning, a new chance. Over the years, I've seen too many patients regret what felt like just another morning, a routine day that suddenly became a life-changing event. A stroke, a heart attack, an ambulance ride they never saw coming. And when we trace it back, it wasn't always a big mistake. Sometimes it was just a glass of water they didn't drink, a coffee taken too early, a pill taken the wrong way. You can't rewind time, but you can choose how you begin the next day. A glass of clean water, a smarter drink choice, a little attention to your medications, and above all, our moment of self-care, just for you. Because after 60, vitality doesn't come from doing more, it comes from doing what's right consistently and simply. If this video helped you realize something important, please share it with a friend, a sibling, or someone you love. Sometimes a small change is all it takes to make sure the light in someone's life never goes out.